everybody, and welcome back to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Avi, and I will be playing a certain idiot detective. And with me today, I am joined by.
Tala, who will be playing a certain idiot inventor.
We're both just we're both playing just a pair of idiots.
Yep, in their own unique ways.
Indeed. So
So,
oh, continue.
I was about to ask you what Azumi was doing.
Yes. Azumi's chilling. He is still, working on that very, very specific case that he has been pursuing the entire time he has been here in Inkwell. Um, so he's just chill. He's probably out and about. Probably at probably coming out of a police station of sorts.
Oh, lovely. Well, I guess while Azumi is walking out, I do have to ask, does he advertise his detective services
Um,
anyway?
um, Not exactly. Not in like newspapers or anything. But if you are looking for a specific, if you are looking for a good detective, he has contacts with a bunch of different people here in Inkwell, so that if you say you are looking for someone, someone may have pointed you in his direction.
Alright, yeah, that does work. So, as Azumi is walking out of the police station, he is waylaid by a small, scrawny little toon whose head is on fire,
Uh,
who just walks up to him and goes, "Hey, you're Azumi, right? Detective guy?"
he stops. And he turns to look at this tune, and he says, "Yes, that's me. Uh, to who do I owe this pleasure?"
Name's Amber Pyreson. How much do you want for your services? Because I've been looking for someone, but I can't find them, so I was thinking, I don't know, find a detective who's paid to do that.
I see. um, who exactly are you looking for?
Oh, this fellow called Damien Von Mavry? Yeah, Damien Von Mavry.
Sure.
Uh, he's human, I'm pretty sure. A big beard, fluffy hair.
Should I
Uh,
roll like a history or something?
oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Ah, that's 19.
Ah, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, you've heard of this guy. He's, widely regarded in Inkwell as, well, at least in Toontown, as the, uh, expert on extraplanar creatures in general. Just anything from out of this plane. He probably knows far more on it than the average Joe.
Oh, that
His
does.
specialty is his specialty is demons and devils and helping people specifically with deals with demons and devils.
Ah.
But you know, he's branched out his services recently.
I see. Yeah, would make sense that Azumi might have heard of somebody who has expertise in interplanar creatures, um, for reasons, but in that case, he kind of looks Amber up and down, and he goes, "And why are you looking for this person?"
Well, why do you want to know? And I'm gonna kill him if that's what you're wondering. He's just uh been missing for a while, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, oh, I
And I need
see.
his help with some stuff.
Let me guess, with some interplanar demons.
Uh, maybe? I don't know, he wasn't really clear on what that thing was. And she like says that last part partially under her breath.
Uh, I think there's like this moment um, where he's like watching you carefully, kind of trying to like gauge uh the kind of person you are, until he finally just he's like you see his expression go like, you know what, sure. And he goes, alright, I'm willing to help you find him.
Woo! Sweet. So, you're the detective here. How do you do that?
Well, normally we start with the last known locations and work from there. Speak with any witnesses who might have seen him, and hopefully track him down. Essentially, follow his last footsteps.
Hmm. All right. All right. I did a, I did my own research before I came here. So what I do know is, uh, Damien had a consultation office over on Baker Street, which has been closed for almost a week now.
Presumably because he's been missing.
Yep. I haven't actually uh managed to find anyone who knows him, so
Hmm. In that case, it's off to Baker Street. And he's just going to start walking.
they're walking now. And after a brief time skip, they wind up in front of a pretty plain looking building, really. It it just has a little sign designating it as Mavery and Co.'s consultation office. It doesn't specify what sort of consultations, but anyone who walks into that building knows why they're there.
That is true. Um,
It does look very closed, though. No one has been in for a while.
um, I think Azumi is like looking over this building, seeing the closed sign, and he goes, perhaps he went out on a trip of his own. Then probably another. You see him rub at his chin, probably hunting down something, and he steps forward to the door and pulls out a set of lockpicks. He's going to try and
Amber just
open the door.
Amber just For a brief moment, she looks shocked, like, "Oh, I thought you were a law-abiding man." Before, uh, she gives, before she summons a little flame into her hand and pats him on the back, with that flame, uh, being absorbed into him, kinda, and, says, "Well, glad to know you're doing that. I'm already in enough trouble with the law as it is."
Believe me,
Anyways,
with
that's guidance.
um, that's what
That's guidance. You got
guidance.
an extra D4.
An extra D4. Okay. So in that case, his lock-picking skills are going to be in use. That's about what I expected. Your second 15 in a row. And
Woo!
let me roll that D4. Where the heck did I put it? There it is. Woo! Alright. Alright, on the guidance he got a 4, so that's a 22. And as he's picking the lock, he goes, "Believe me, sometimes when you're trying to find the truth, you need other methods than just by the law." And,
Well, I'm not disagreeing with that.
and he opens the door.
Alright, so inside is an equally plain interior, really. There's, from the looks of it, it looks like you're in a waiting room of sorts. The lights are all off. There's a small layer of dust on quite a bit of the room. And past the receptionist desk, you can see a door labeled Dr. Mavery.
He had a PhD. And he's immediately going for that door.
Amber is closing the door behind them and following.
Should I roll, like, perception or anything as I enter this next room, or?
Roll perception for the waiting room first, actually.
Alright. I hope you're ready
I'll
for
do one
his...
for Amber.
I hope you're ready for his bullshit mods, by the way.
Oh boy. Oh joy.
That's a 21.
+8. Lovely. Okay, so a 21 and a 10 from Amber. So, Azumi, you see that, behind the receptionist desk are some cabinets, which, none of them are labeled except for, like, one that specifies, clients and the other finances. But you do also notice that there seems to there's a key under the rug in front of the office door. It's just slightly poking out.
In that case, I think he's going to pick it up and take it, and, or probably just, like, holds it in his hand to show Amber, and then he makes his way over to the receptionist's desk, and I'm gonna be honest, he's probably gonna rifle through all those papers, all those cabinets.
All right. All right. Roll a hmm investigation with guidance.
Investigation with guidance. Oh boy. This is another thing he has a bullshit mod for.
Lovely. See, this is why she hired you.
Detective Shiro Azumi is good at what he does.
25. Uh, yeah. Yeah, okay. So you find some interesting stuff. Like, uh, some, uh, banknotes that show what may be a suspicious amount of money being deposited into the business's account, like once every month, like clockwork,
Hmm.
by an unknown person. There's uh, a little list of employees, which, you know, with the investigation, I'm going to say that, um, so you're in and out of the police office pretty often, right?
Yes. Oh boy.
So some of these employees that are listed here, you recognize their names as uh, recent missing peoples cases from ranging from like 2 months ago to a week.
Oh boy.
So yeah, and uh, honestly, that's probably all that's relevant for now. There's also just a bunch of uh, legal stuff because that's what this business handles.
Illegal stuff. uh, but yeah, I think Azumi looks over the list of missing people, the list of employees, um, and but he takes his keen interest in the bank stubs, basically, of the mysterious amount of money being deposited into the bank account, and he's just like, he clicks his tongue, and he goes, "Well, isn't that just like them, huh?"
Oh
And
yeah, I should add the key you got. There is a little tag attached to it that uh, has Maverick's name on it.
okay, so he's just going to assume that this is the key for the front door. He just has it now, and he's handling that, I guess. So he's got already quite a bit of evidence on his hands. Um, if Amber is interested, or if she asks, he will show her what he found.
Um, I'll be honest, Amber is she probably does not care at
That's
all.
that is absolutely fair, but Zumi was hired to do a job. He's here doing it. And it honestly probably works in his favor that Amber's not asking many questions.
I imagine while he's going through the cabinets, Amber is already at the office door, just lockpicking it. So let me see. Let's use tools plus. All right. That's a 10, plus I'll give her a d4. 13. Uh, it takes a bit. Uh, but by the time Azumi is done rifling through the cabinets, the office door is open. Yippee! And she steps inside the office.
And he is going to follow after her.
Alright, so inside is, well, it's an office. There's a desk near the front of the room, back of the room. There's a desk with a couple of potted plants sitting on it. There's a stack of papers that just uh, look like letters from him to clients. There's a couple more cabinets, and there's also a couple of unopened letters on the desk.
I think he is going to the desk, and he's just gonna look through the letters.
So, question. What languages does Azumi have?
He knows common, quarry, and undercommon.
You can't read these letters. You
Okay.
do know the address. You you can read the address on the letter though. It seems to be uh it seems to be addressed to Damien. So
So this was directly to him. Okay. And uh, he looks a bit annoyed by the fact that he doesn't recognize this language. But he sets that off to the side for now. Um, should I roll anything else? Perception or anything?
yeah, perception would be good.
Alright.
Or investigation?
Yes, let's do
Depend
this.
Investigation would depend on where you're investigating specifically. Like the desk is an option, or the cabinets, or some other stuff.
Um, he might go for both, I think. But for now, he's in front of the desk, so he's just gonna look over the desk because it's like right in front of him.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Here we go. As the baby screams. That's a 21.
Oh, 21. All right, all right. So you find a secret. You find a little secret because as you're going through the cupboards of the desk, you find out that one of them has a false bottom.
Uh-huh.
And beneath that is another letter, except it's open this time. And the address on it is different. It looks like a home address. It's once again in a language you can't read, but it is still uh, directed at Damien.
Okay, so if I understand, he can read the address, just not the contents of the letter.
Yeah, the address is in common because, you know, the mailing people need to read it.
That's true. That's fair. Um, in that case, if it's still addressed to Damien, but is not for this specific location, I think he pulls that letter out, and he goes, looks like he had a bit of a safe keep from his home address, and he's going to take that letter and keep it on him. I think he's just gonna do like a precursory look around the room just in case there's like anything else.
Roll a perception.
Here we go. Holy shit.
Oh?
He has expertise. He does not need to roll this high.
Oh boy, that's a 26. Okay. So, while you were doing your detective stuff, Amber had been looking at some of the paintings on the wall, and as you're doing a little walk around the room, you pause in front of one of the paintings she's looking at. And, you notice that this painting looks a little crooked. That's it.
Huh. That seems a little too on the nose for him. He's going to walk over and move it. He's going to take it off the wall.
Oh, you're just taking it off the wall? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that works. You find out the reason it was crooked is because there is a safe right behind it that juts out a tiny little bit.
Uh-huh. And, he does not have a combination for the safe.
Well, you don't always need a combination for things, Amber says, as she pulls out a gun.
Azumi takes a few steps back.
Theoretically, this should maybe break off the lock.
Maybe.
And with maybe, I guess we will just see as she casts.
God.
Yeah, sure. Just. I guess she's just casting Firebolt. Since the safe is right in front of her and cannot dodge, I am just gonna roll the 2d10 damage. 11. The safe is looking a little worse for wear, but it could still be worse. It's still gonna have a tough time opening it. So, I guess you'll try again. D10. 27 damage in total. Yeah, the safe door is practically almost off its hinges now. That did some damage.
Yeah, I think Azumi's just watching this.
Once Amber is, satisfied that the door is damaged enough, she just puts the gun away and tries to pry it open with her own hands. Now that's actually possible. So that'll be a d20 plus 1 plus... I'll add guidance. Never mind, she doesn't need guidance.
We're just doing that with strength.
Yep. pure muscle, baby.
Azumi with a -1. Yeah, I'm just gonna let this kid take it.
And the door is open to reveal, uh, honestly, to Amber, the insides are a little disappointing. She was expecting gold, but there's nothing in here besides some, uh, dumb-looking jewels. Actually, dumb-looking rocks.
Are they gems?
Anyways, roll. No, no, they're rocks. They're just rocks. With writing on them, now that she notices.
No.
So, roll Arcana.
Alright, here we go.
I'm just gonna add
Oh
guidance
my
to
god.
that. And we got a 13.
That is a modified 22.
That is a 22.
I hate that
Okay,
he
so.
keeps rolling so high. Buddy.
Well, this is what he's getting paid for. No complaints here. So, with a 22, Zumi, you know what these runes are for. Uh, they are specifically used in summoning rituals for a certain demon known as shoot, when I write for this guy, Malzaroth. A lesser demon of sorts. Not super well known, but you know that these can be used to create a summoning circle and cage for that specific demon.
Ah. Not quite as honest as you might have been leading people on. I think he's gonna pick up a few just to look over them.
Alright. They are pretty small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Smooth, like the kind you'd find at a beach or something. And the runes engraved on them uh, have been painted in with different colors too. Though you're not sure that the stuff used for them is paint.
Oh jeez. I think he sets that down. It seems our good friend of ours has his own meeting with demons.
Huh. Well, I guess that just means I can trust his expertise.
He raises a brow at you. Like, okay. And this is, of course, assuming he's still alive. The demons are known for, well, not their kindness, I'll give you that.
I mean, he is like an expert. So, I don't know, are you sure he'd be killed off by like a demon who he's made a deal with?
Hard to say. Depends on the specifics of the deal in question and the demon itself. But you have to understand with missing persons cases, most of the time they don't end well. And he just kind of closes the safe and doesn't really say anything else on that subject.
Well, close the safe as best as you can
Yeah.
because as you start to swing it closed, the door just falls off. The hinges fail. They've been melted to hell and back.
He looks at the safe door and he's just like, ah.
I guess we could just put that back. And Amber grabs the painting, hangs it back on the wall, straightens it. Brand new. You can't even tell.
He's still looking at the safe door like, yeah.
I think I'll keep this. And she just takes the door, puts it in her pocket, hammers face. If Damien is gone, he won't need that anymore.
That's true. That's true. Um, yeah, I think Azumi takes out that letter he found in the secret compartment. And he looks it over again, looks at the address, and he goes, "Okay, I believe we might be able to find a lead here." And he taps his finger on the address, and he goes, "You wouldn't have to know how to get there, would you?"
Uh, well, I do know this city like the back of my hand. Just follow me, Detective Boy.
Hang on.
And, and Amber, with use of her City Secrets background perk, is confident in her abilities to get there. I just in case though, probably should roll investigation for her.
Hang on.
Do you want to take these? Plus 10 in deception.
Yeah, his deception mod is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyways, investigation plus 6. I'll add guidance to that. 16. Good enough. After a bit of walking, you guys are actually getting closer to the edge of town. And eventually, you find yourselves in this quiet little neighborhood. Well, not really a neighborhood when there's like 3 houses max on the street.
Close enough.
Close enough. Um, you eventually make it to, well, what you assume is Damien's house, which, it looks pretty normal. Just a plain 2-story bungalow. The door is locked though, and uh, actually, there does seem to be a light coming from a window in the lower level.
I think Azumi takes note of that. Now, if he was missing, then why would he leave the light on? Unless, of course, he is murmuring to himself.
Also, roll perception.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna do that too. That's a 10.
Holy shit! Why?
Oh.
You have no reason to crit.
Of all the things to crit on, it's this. Okay, so, Zumi, you notice that there are a couple more of those stones from before.
Okay.
And, oh, look at that. That's some salt. There's just a circle of salt right along the perimeter of the house.
Ah, dear.
Amber does not notice, though, so she just walks up to the door, uh, maybe accidentally kicks aside a bit of the salt and the stone before trying to lockpick the door open. So that's another 55. That's a 21. Don't need guidance for that. Okay, so the door swings open quite easily. And you are greeted to the living room, which uh is dark. I would like to add it is like kind of getting close to evening, like the sun is going to be setting. But yeah, from the looks and sounds of it, this house is empty.
Judging by that salt circle in the goddamn rocks, Zumi's not sure about that.
That's fair. Roll another perception when you step inside.
Oh boy. Alright, that is a modified 20. Uh,
Well, uh, lovely. So with a 20, um, as you step inside the house and look around, you you notice a bit of a strange smell in the air. Smells like hmm. Smells a bit like oh shit, is that rotting meat?
oh boy.
Does smell pretty sweet though, too. There's a bit of sweetness in there.
Ah, oh boy.
Anyways, it is very faint, but you can definitely smell it.
I think Azumi is just like. I think he actually, like, just murmurs under his breath. I'm beginning to think that my hunch was right.
Amber, by extension of not having a nose, cannot notice. So she just looks around the living room for a moment before turning to Izumi. So, where should we look first?
Well, judging by the outside, I would say whatever room that light was on. It might be our best chance. But, he sniffs the air again. It's just, ugh, disgusting. He goes, if not that, then perhaps we can narrow down the source of that smell.
That what?
That smell?
Oh, there's a smell? What is it?
And he looks like kind of confused at you before realizing, oh right, tunes, and and he goes, rotting meat.
Ah, dang, I was really hoping it wouldn't be that.
You and I both, and I think he's going to start making his way to look for where that light was.
I'll say with going off your previous perception roll, uh, you do actually have a rough idea of where it is. Uh, from the living room is a hallway that goes off in two directions, and uh, down one end you see a couple of open doors that seem to lead to guest bedrooms and a bathroom, but down the other hallway is a closed door. which, as you approach it, the smell seems to get stronger.
Uh, he does not like that. Um, and you hear him go, it's definitely coming from here.
Yep. If it's a dead body, I'm not touching it.
It's a dead body, we'd have no choice but to let the authorities know, but, well, I'll figure out an excuse for that later. Uh, and, he's going to try and open the door?
The door opens. It was not locked. Inside, you find a pretty spacious room. Looks like it was the master bedroom. Uh, it would look like a really nice place to stay were it not for, one, the smell has gotten way stronger once you open the door. And two, some of the blood stains on the blanket and the walls. And three, the dead body on the bed. Congratulations, you found Damien.
Well, we've certainly found him.
Anyways, roll a perception.
Oh, I love that.
Because I gotta roll something else.
And I love that, too. It's a 17.
17. Ooh, okay. Let's see how you compare to this. 21. Okay. Amber physically can't beat that. So we're not gonna have her roll. Okay, so you two are standing. I assume you've entered the room now?
Azumi, it does enter, but he does say something along the lines of, like, well, if this certainly is a crime scene, then at the very least we should try to keep it as uncontaminated as possible. So he's just kind of, like, moving a bit. Mostly to try and get another, like, closer look at all this.
Alright, so Amber is following beside you, and as you take a couple of steps into the room, the door closes behind you. And, well, the body disappears, so does the smell, and so does the blood. In fact, the room is back to normal. It's squeaky clean again.
Huh.
That was all an illusion.
Well,
maybe.
Well. Azumi immediately draws his weapon. He has his rapier out.
Yep, Amber's got her gun out, and she's got Box out. Turns out he's been hanging out in her hammer space for now. So, yeah, that's fun. The candles that had been... Oh. Oh no. We've lost Avi.
Oh, sorry, there's things going on with the baby.
Okay. So, the lights have also gone out. The candles that I forgot to mention, but there were candles in here. That was the source of the light. They are now out. So, yeah, a moment passes, then another, until you hear.
Now, what are you two doing in here?
Ah!
I did not realize that Damien had invited guests.
Well, we're not exactly invited. We just been hoping to find what exactly may have happened. But I think I might have gotten my answer. If you don't mind, we'll be leaving now.
Oh? But you just got here. What kind of host would I be if I didn't entertain my guests? With Damien gone, this is, well, basically my house now, legally.
Legally.
Yep, perfectly legal.
Hmm. Well, I'm sorry.
Now,
Oh.
what exactly are you two doing here? Why are you looking for dear old Damien?
Hey, maybe before we answer your questions, you can show yourself first? You're like being incredibly weird and creepy.
Hey, get down. Get down.
Hmm. Well, if you insist, if you scream, then I will take quite a lot of offense to that.
So,
Oh boy.
yep, from one of the corners in the room. You notice that it seems to get a little darker over there
Wow. Okay.
as this creature steps out from the shadows. I only had an icon for it.
Oh boy. I will say, straight up, Azumi does not look frightened in the slightest.
Yeah, neither is Amber. She's seen too much shit to be scared by a demon. They've both seen worse. They've seen worse.
Oh, they've both seen worse. Yeah.
Now, would you be so kind as to tell me what you are doing in my house?
Well, again, we were looking for Mr. Damien, but if he's not here, then we will be taking our leave.
Oh, but I already said I'm. It would be terribly rude for me to not entertain my guests, and
It's
it'd be
not.
terribly rude for you not to entertain me. I've been stuck in here ever since Damien was dealt with, thanks to his accursed little rooms. But,
I can't say I particularly care.
well, aren't you rude? You come into my house without. You break into my house, actually. How'd you get in? You had to have picked the lock. You know, that is against. Breaking and entering is against the law.
Yes, but again, we were looking for a missing person, and would it be too far of an assumption to say that you might have had a hand in that?
Oh, no, it wasn't me. I. I had no hand in whatever happened to Damien. He just went on his own, you could say.
Why?
Now you two, are certainly an interesting bunch. Why do you say we play a game while you're here?
Zumi's grip.
Amber just sort of leans over to him and whispers, "Do we just want to run?"
He whispers back. The door is closed.
What, you never jumped out a window? We're on the first floor. We could do that.
I think he looks over towards the, he, like, does, like, a subtle glance towards the window, tries to gauge how much there is between them and the window.
There's like one window farther away by the bed, and there's another window, um, not too far away. It's just on the other wall. So, like, I'd say it's about 10 feet away.
Alright, in that case, Azumi's grip on the rapier is tight, but at the moment the blade is pointed down. But he's going to keep talking to keep the demon's attention on him and hope that Amber takes the cue to get out herself.
Oh boy, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate because Amber kind of assumed you'd be the first one to go.
He's going to say, he's still looking towards the demon, and, he says, well, I believe that's going to depend on what kind of game that is. And he makes a kind of subtle gesture, trying to shoo Amber towards the window.
Should I roll perception or insight for that?
Either or.
They both have the same modifier. That's a nat one. That's a 0.
Fucking F.
Amber interprets that as you saying, I'll go first. So, follow my lead, is what she interprets that as.
No. This is horrible.
Oh, well, I've been spending this past week or so just looking through the stuff Damien has, and let's see, he has Monopoly, there's Twister, but, well, that'd be a bit unfair for you two. I have many limbs. There is also chess, there's also checkers, there's also Uno, and
They go on for a little bit. Man, this Damien guy has a lot of board games.
Oh my god. Oh god. You see, Azumi had been expecting the worst. Once again, forgetting that this is Einquell.
Yeah. You get the impression that this demon in particular is less malicious and more just lonely, because from what it said, they have been in here ever since Damien was dealt with, whatever that means to them. So, I don't know. Roll an insight.
This is the last thing Azumi has a bullshit mod in. And he rolled a 5. 5 plus 8, that's 13.
13. Yeah. Yeah, okay. You get the feeling that, honestly, this demon does just want to play board games or something.
And he looks over to Amber like, well, honestly, I was just not expecting this. Like, that's the kind of look he has on his face. Like, okay. um, and, um, and he kind of, again, gestures for her to go towards the window, but he steps forward and he says, no chess.
Hold on, I'm gonna roll insight again to see if Amber picks that up. 7. She does not. She still thinks she's supposed to follow your lead, so she walking behind you.
My fucking god! So he's just looking at you like, hello.
Well, chess might be a bit difficult with 3 people. Damien only had a board for 2. What a shame.
Shame indeed.
Perhaps go fish would work? Or maybe Monopoly? Or perhaps...
I'm going to be real with you. I have no idea what Azumi is going to do because Amber's not picking up the hints. Amber's not picking up the hints. This demon is apparently not as malicious as he thought it was. He's just sitting here.
Well, I guess if Azumi doesn't know what to do, Amber just eventually pipes up with, I don't know, snakes and ladders? That seems fun.
Azumi looks to you, and for a moment there's like this look of complete bafflement. Like, are we really going to do this? Did she want to leave?
She just sort of shrugs at you before turning back to the demon. If we play a game with you, can I take some of those books? And she points over to the bookshelves in the room, which do all seem to be on Damien's particular field of study. Exactly what she needed.
Oh, why, yes, of course. If that's what you want. I have no need for them, after all. Yes, that could be my first step in renovating this place. Give away everything I don't need, and move in everything I do.
What exactly do you intend to do with this place now that Damien is gone?
Well, live here. I call it such a fascinating place. And, well, even us demons need a vacation every once in a while.
Oh, so that's
This will be my vacation home. Oh yes, ever since Damien started skimping on his payments, we decided that this would be the best course of action.
I see.
Yes, he's currently down on, what, the 7th player?
He's
They're
not
holding a
going to
trial for
question
him.
that.
We're holding a trial for him right now, and most of his employees too. You never heard me say that. I'm technically not allowed to speak on the proceedings.
You won't hear a peep from me. And he like taps taps the side of his nose. And I guess we're just gonna play games with this demon.
Yeah, the demon takes out a board of snakes and ladders. And honestly, you guys have a pretty nice time. Halfway through, the demon gets up to go get you guys snacks. And they don't look like. At first, they don't look edible at all. But, you know, demon cuisine just looks like that. It's pretty good.
You ever just befriend a demon and you're just like, you know those days where this might as well just happen?
Might as well. Anyways, I'm gonna just roll a d20 for me.
Just a straight d20? Oh my god.
Yep. That's a nat 1. The demon sucks. It just sucks. Snakes and ladders is a game of luck, and they're still bad at it. But they still seem to be having fun anyways. And
Sumi had a 5, which makes sense considering the kind of life he has.
Well, Amber wins that. And after that, the demon does start to put away the board before turning to you two.
Well, that was fun. Would you care for another game? There are still quite a few options.
I think we do have an FPS coming up like right after us, so like I think this might be a good place to wrap it up. And I think Azumi just goes, well, I actually have to get going about now. I have some case of
Can
my
you
own.
roll? Can you just roll history real quick?
Yes. Yeah, that's about what I expected. I can type. That's a 13.
Yeah, that's good enough. Honestly, the DC was 10 for
Oh.
this. So, you recall that, seeing how lonely the demon seems to be, and the fact that their explanation was that they couldn't leave because of Damien's, summoning circle, you recall how Amber destroyed a part of the circle,
Whoops. Ah.
and like, yeah, the demon just doesn't seem to know.
Yeah,
Amber doesn't know. You're the only one that knows.
You see it. There's like mid sentence, Azumi just blinks and he goes, "Oh, hold on a second. You said that you weren't able to leave. Would that have anything to do with the salt circle and the rune stones outside?"
Well, yes, it does have everything to do with that.
And in that case, I think you're in good luck, my friend. We may have accidentally tripped over those.
So the demon's face just lights up at that, which looks incredibly creepy considering what their face looks like. But you can tell they're happy.
Oh, that's great to hear. You have my gratitude then. This house is nice and all, but, you know, you can only stay in one place for so long till you start getting a little stir crazy.
Yes, I understand.
Thank you so much for your help then. And for taking the time to play a game with little me. If Damien, uh, if Damien ever gets out, I'll be sure to direct him to you.
Yes,
But I suppose it's time. But I suppose it is time for you two to leave. I suspect that you'll be busy.
yes.
Anyways, Amber is already taking books from the shelves. He just sort of throws them into her hammer space before heading for the door. Well, that was fun. Thanks for the books. Enjoy your new house then.
And Azumi does like a polite, shallow bow, and he says, "Take care." And he's going to leave after Amber as well.
The demon just. I never. Wait, did they ever introduce themselves? We can just say that. We can just say that they introduced themselves while you guys were playing board games. But yeah, you now know the demon's name is Malzeroth, and that they're actually pretty nice.
I love that.
Once you two leave the house, Amber turns to you and pulls out a little bag of gold. We're handing it over. Well, kind of successful? I don't know, I think you did your job successfully, so, 25 gold for your troubles.
And he kind of...
That's the price, right?
Sorry.
I've never paid a detective before. Is that a good price?
There's like this moment where he like hesitates before he takes the bag. He takes the bag. He takes about hang on. Hang on. Okay. He takes about 10 pieces out and then hands the rest of the bag over to back to Amber.
Huh, I did not know that detectives were that cheap. Nice.
Well, to be fair, you did assist me along the way, and not to mention, well, I wasn't expecting that, and he kind of just... It's hard to read the expression on his face, but he's just... He's alright with keeping that much, for now.
Yeah, that's fair. You did just play board games with the demon, I suppose.
Yeah. Not exactly what he was expecting for the day, but I'm cool for you, I guess.
Yep. I guess with that, Amber just waves goodbye and says, well, thanks for your work. If I ever need to hunt down someone, preferably someone still alive, or on this plane, I'll come find you then.
Right.
And with that, she's off.
And I think Azumi is going to leave in the opposite direction. Thank you everybody for listening, both now and in the future.
Yep, this was a treat.
Oh, it was so fun.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Have a lovely time zone, and goodbye. It's been a blast.